Welcome, everybody, to the Grueling Truths NBA playoff betting special. Today, we are going to look at the play-in game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat. We're going to give you a preview, a prediction, and the best bet to make. And make sure if you're going to bet that game, bet it at BETMGM, which is our top recommended sports bet site for this game and all of the NBA playoffs. Make sure you click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. And make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button to get all of the NBA playoff previews from The Grueling Truth. And follow us at Grueling Truth on Twitter. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's break down this matchup. And for the first time since its inception in 2020, the NBA play-in tournament will feature a rematch from the previous year's playoffs. The 2023 NBA playoff tournament gets underway with the 7th seed Miami Heat host the 8th seeded Atlanta Hawks, with the winner advanced to play the second-seeded Celtics in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Just 1 year ago, the Heat owned the East top seed and eliminated the 8th-seeded Hawks in 5 games to open the postseason. Now, plenty of things have changed since then, but many of the key players remain the same, especially in Miami, where you still got Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler as the guys, while Adebayo is the only one to earn an all-star selection this year. Butler has turned in an NBA, all-NBA caliber season in which he averaged 22.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game. There are few scarier players in a winner-take-all one-game situation than Jimmy Butler. Now, on Atlanta's side of things, you still got Trae Young, but he does have a new backcourt mate, DeJounte Murray, to help make life a little easier. The backcourt duo leads a talented lineup that also features Clint Capella, John Collins, and DeAndre Hunter. Now, both the Heat and Hawks land in the playoff tournament after seasons full of ups and downs. Miami dealt with its fair share of injuries along the way, but is still one of the NBA's toughest teams. Atlanta has hovered around the 500 mark for months now, but has a newfound sense of direction after the midseason hire of new head coach Quinn Snyder. Now, when we look at what happened earlier in the year when these teams played 4 games, the Heat won 3 of the 4 games. All the games were decided by less than 10 points. Actually, the first game or the last game these two teams played, March 6th, the Heat won 130 to 128 over Atlanta. And Butler has appeared in 3 of the 4 games. In those 3 or 4 games he's appeared in, he's averaged 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 6.3 assists. Now, Young struggled mightily in his 4 games against Miami. Miami defended him well in the playoffs last year. They defended him well this year as they held him to 19.8 points, 9.8 assists, while shooting 35.6% from the field and 20.8% from the three-point range. Now, during the final meeting of the season, where the Heat won 130 to 128, Butler fell 1 assist shy of a triple-double, finishing with 26 points on 8 of 14 shooting, 10 rebounds, 9 assists to lead Miami to a narrow win. Now, the key storyline here is the Murray effect to me. As I said, defensively, the Heat have all the necessary personnel to make life difficult for Young. Historically, that's exactly what they've done. During last season's playoffs, Miami's length was a huge problem for the 2-time All-Star, who averaged 15.6 assists in the opening round while shooting 31.9% from the field and 18.4% from three-point range. Miami forced Young to commit 31 turnovers in just 5 games, a little over 6 turnovers a game. In one series, the Heat laid out the blueprint for slowing Young down, who at the time was Atlanta's primary and secondary ball handler. Now, in an attempt to combat such strategies moving forward, the Hawks made a big swing to acquire Murray this offseason, bringing in a player capable of lightening Young's playmaking load and making it harder for teams to go all in on shutting him down. The two are still adjusting to life alongside one another, but Murray has been a key contributor for the Hawks, posting averages of 20.6 assists and 5 rebounds over 74 games this season. Tuesday's play-in game will be a great measure of what Murray can be for the Hawks now and down the line as they look to make strides towards becoming perennial contenders. Now, when you're betting on this game, to me, this is a fairly easy bet to make. Right now, the Heat are favored by anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5, according to which sports book you check out. I think when you look at this, Jimmy Butler in a one-game situation is very scary. Trae Young, the games this year, the Heat have controlled him. The 5 games in the playoffs last year, the Heat controlled him. I know they added Murray, but they had Murray during the regular season games too, and it didn't help. To me, this is a no-brainer. Take the Heat minus the 4.5 points. Once again, I'm Mike Goodpaster. Like, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Grueling Truth. But for now, guys, until we break down the next playoff matchup, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the